Hey guys, so today I'm going to be vlogging for you guys my microblading touch up. I am all bare face, I don't have any makeup on, and I got my microblading done about 7 weeks ago. So today I'm due for my touch up appointment. So on this touch up appointment, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and fill in any gaps or spaces or any strokes that didn't stick. We can also adjust the color if needed. And I'm gonna walk you guys through that appointment and also walk you guys through the healing process. So the healing phase is very important right after you get your eyebrows microbladed, because that's what makes sure that they're gonna stay, that the pigment's gonna take onto your skin. Now the microblading aftercare is the same for your first appointment and your touch-up appointment. So it's very important to make sure that you follow all the rules when you're getting your microblading. So I'm gonna walk you guys through each phase of my microblading as far as how it heals, and at the end when it's fully healed and you guys can see what it looked like. So because on my first appointment we did a microblading combo, so which is a combination of both microblading and micro shading. So it really gives you a nice look of strokes like hair, but also a shaded effect that almost looks like makeup. And honestly, you guys, since I did my microblading, I have barely put any product on my eyebrows, unless if I'm doing like a full glam face of makeup. That's when I might fill in like here or there, but very, very minimal. It's been such a life changer because I felt like I wasted so much time doing my brows, and not having to worry about it is just amazing. So stay tuned so you can see my healing phase and my aftercare and how I take care of my brows to make sure they stay looking amazing for a very long time. Okay, here we go. We have Cindy here numbing my brows. So we're gonna put the numbing cream for about 25-30 minutes to make sure we are all numbed. Get that thing in there real good.
Yeah.
Cindy.
Trying.
So we don't feel anything. So numbing cream's gonna stay for 25 minutes before we start the numbing.
Did you already show them your retention, or should I?
No, not yet.
No? Okay. Let me show you. So I'm just gonna show you guys how Priscilla retained her ink from her first session, which we would consider this probably 95 to 100% retention. It was killing her to not go in the gym, but it paid off. So today we're just gonna touch up. Need to do a little touch up right in there and just freshen some of the strokes there. Actually, she doesn't need all that much to make them perfect.
All right, we're about to get started.
Okay, so we're just mixing up the ink. Here we use a combination of, not together, sorry, let me be clear. We either use Tina Davies ink or a Mia ink, depending on the procedure that we're doing. We also use exclusively Misha blades, and if you're gonna get microbladed by somebody, they should always be opening it, don't you agree?
Absolutely.
In front of you.
Yeah.
A lot of clients don't know to ask that or watch for that, but they should be opening it. They should be sealed and sterile. You can see these say on the back the information about them, and I always open it after the client is laying down, just so that they have peace of mind and know that we're using something just for them.
Very important. So basically, microblading is like normally your first appointment's a 3-step process, right?
You mean like 3 passes?
Yeah, 3 passes.
Yeah. You do 3 passes. Then on the touch-up, we just gave you a sneak peek of how Priscilla healed. Now, she has oily skin and should not have healed this well. Either she's a freak of nature or I'm really good at my job.
A little bit of both.
Maybe both. But she had awesome healing. She retained more than 90%, which is fantastic, which means we don't have that much to do even today to touch her up. What we're going to focus on is just lengthening her strokes here, and then she was really, when we started, she was quite weak in the tail, and so we're just going to build up that tail a little bit more, but through the body of the brow she really held, so we barely have any work to do in there.
Yes, awesome. All right, so I'm gonna start asking some of the questions that I got asked on my Instagram about microblading, and Kara's gonna help answering that. So one of the questions that we got was, do you lose any hair when you get microbladed?
Well, it's definitely possible. it would be a lie to say that you don't. However, the nice thing about the way that we microblade is we go with the hair strokes like your natural hair, so the chances of us damaging a follicle is very slim. Plus we go really slow to make sure that we can fit the strokes in between the follicles. So you're always going to have the chance of doing it, especially when they have hair as dense as Priscilla's. We have more of a chance of damaging follicles. But then the other thing with microblading is that microblading and nano brows is it slightly traumatizes the skin. So it most times out of it's going to stimulate the hair follicle too. So you'll see clients come back with even more hair than they had when you did it the first time. Does that answer that question?
Yes,
okay.
I think so. And then how often do you need to get touched up?
If you're oily skin like myself and Priscilla, you're going to want to budget for once a year. If you're drier skin, you can probably push it out 15, 18, even 24 months.
Nice. Does it hurt? Clearly,
Well, that's a question for you.
I'm not really feeling anything. So we numb really, really well. So our numbing is awesome. So honestly, I don't feel anything right now. And we numb throughout the whole process, right, Kara? So we'll numb in the beginning for about 25-30 minutes. And then we'll numb 2 more times on your first appointment if we do 3 passes.
We want to make sure that you're as comfortable as possible. You know, us as artists, we do better work when we know that you're comfortable, and there's no reason this should be painful.
Yeah, and honestly, I would not be videoing this if it was painful, so I don't feel anything right now. Another question, how do I wash my hair?
Well, I didn't. I waited a while for mine. I know you tried to wash yours. You want to tell them how you did it?
So I tried to wash it. I put my ointment on and saran wrap and kind of flipped my head back in order to try and wash it. But I did wash my hair this morning and loaded up on some dry shampoo, so I will try and hold off for as long, because
we always
with the
recommend
aftercare,
we always recommend that you wash it right before you come in. That way it's fresh and clean, because it is kind of hard to wash your hair, wash your bangs especially, or your forehead area, without getting your brows wet. So if you can go the first couple days with just dry shampoo would be ideal, or maybe book a blowout, treat yourself to a blowout.
Yeah, because you can't get it wet for the next 5 days, so you can get your eyebrows wet. So washing your hair might be a little bit of a challenge, so keep that in mind. Why is a touch-up needed?
I think a touch-up is necessary. It's required here. We include it. We don't charge extra, is because we want the chance to be able to perfect the color, perfect the shape. Sometimes clients, when they don't have a lot of hair to start with, they are nervous, and we go quite conservative on the first appointment. So we want the opportunity to let them get comfortable and build up if we need to. You need to be able to adjust the color or the ink once it's healed, and just strengthen all the strokes so that they have better retention for longer.
Awesome. All right, why can't you get them wet, or why can't you sweat?
Well, that's two separate questions. So you can't get them wet because we do a form of wet healing with just ointment here. So we want you just to apply the ointment every single day for 5 days, and then wash them gently on your 6th day. And the reason you can't sweat is because sweat will push the pigment out of your skin. So 2 different things will happen depending on which one you do, but neither are good.
Okay. All right, I think that's it for questions. So
Is it?
yeah.
Okay.
So right now we did the first pass.
Yeah, our first pass is done.
On this brow.
So we're going to do a little pigment soak in between, just to make sure that we have good retention. We're using Tina Davies ink on Priscilla today, and we're using the color Bold Brown with the tiniest dot of ebony.
Awesome. And I think the shade was perfect for my eyebrows, because my eyebrow hair naturally is very, very
So
dark.
black.
Yes, it's so black. So,
It's not even dark.
I mean,
It's
that's
so
not a
black.
color that you use very often, right, Kara?
I rarely
Ebony,
put ebony in, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a color that, don't worry, if you come, you will not walk out with brows as dark as mine. It's just that we have to make the ink match the color of your natural eyebrow hair, or else it's gonna look super jacked up. So important to keep that in mind. Here we are again We are now on.
We just finished the first pass, and now we're numbing to prepare for the second pass. And we got more questions, so Priscilla's going to read them to us so we can
Yes.
answer them for you.
All right, so can I have a partial microblading? My eyebrows are already full.
Well, no. So the way that it works is we use the same amount of supplies, tools, numbing, time, whether we do a really full brow or we do a really petite brow. So maybe some places would do it like that, but we don't. No.
I don't even think that would
I don't
look
know
good.
how else to answer that, but no.
What's the best way to keep it looking nice for a long time?
Well, I think that's one of the things that, being in the industry now for almost 5 years that I really struggle with. People don't realize that this is a form of a tattoo on your face. And so all the same things that you would do for a real tattoo on your body, you want to do it with this too. For example, if you're out in the sun a lot, it's going to change your pigment. It can turn it orange, it can fade it faster. So you want to be protecting it with SPF, you want to be wearing a hat when you can. Things like you can still use any face products that you want to use, but you need to stay 2 fingers lengths away from the brow. And I really mean that, like 2 fingers lengths, which means you can only treat the tippy top of your forehead, because once the product goes in the skin, it's gonna spread. So if you go right up to your brow with Retin-A, you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself an orange brow. You do that with glycolic acid or mandelic acid, and it's the same way. So for me, I think, this is an investment, especially here. I think our clients take it really seriously, and we give you all of the tools and knowledge to make it look good for a long period of time. And then it's up to you. Honestly, it's your money and it's your face. So whether you listen or you don't, it will show.
Absolutely. I don't know if orange brows are in yet. I mean, that could be a trend in the future.
If the Kardashians do it.
If the Kardashians get their brows orange, that could be in. You never know. Hope for the future. How should I pick my microblading artist? It's important, guys.
Well, if it was me, you have to remember we all started somewhere. I was new once too. So there's going to be microbladers that are new, trying to build their portfolio. I think that a microblader should not start actually taking paying clients until she has healed work, which means she's had people come back in 5 to 8 weeks so that she knows how his or her results are. At the end of the day, it's your face, so you need to look for consistency, I would say, in their photos. Meaning, if you're scrolling through someone's Instagram feed and you like one photo and then 10 photos later you like another one, but you're not really sure about the ones in between, then I don't think that's your artist. That's not the one for you. Same is true with people that really love that really super done ombre, pin-up brow, overextended arch. They don't come to me because they know that's not what I specialize in. They'll go to someone who specializes in that. So I don't really get a lot of people that ask for outlandish requests for their brows. I did do a consultation yesterday where the girl brought me only pictures of celebrities that had brows that were nothing like her brows, and I let her know that we would build her the best brow for her, but I couldn't give her, I don't want to say the celebrities because I don't want but I couldn't give her so-and-so's brows because it didn't match her brow.
That's fair. Does it bleed?
There's not much bleeding involved at all. If you stay away from alcohol, aspirin, caffeine before your appointment, chances are you're not going to have much bleeding at all. A little bit of pinpoint bleeding is normal. Priscilla doesn't sweat, doesn't bleed, holds on to her numbing.
I hate her. She's Brazilian.
So she's not normal case. But some people will have a little bit of blood, but it's not common.
And then
you can keep asking, but I'm going to get started. Okay.
All right, one more. Can men do microblading?
Oh, heck yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I definitely think if you're a man that's interested in microblading, you really, really search out your artist, because there's a lot of microbladers that really want that super microbladed look. And as a man, whatever style is your style, that's your thing. But in my opinion, to have it be unnoticed or not noticeable is our style here, and that's the kind of artist I think you would want.
All right. I think that's it. All right, so this is the third.
Well, kind of the
Well, not
second
the-
pass.
Yeah,
Still.
part of the second pass. Okay.
So we just went in and did a few strokes. You can see just a few in there I did that I wanted to add. And then now we're gonna go in with the world's best machine
Yes,
device.
tell us about that machine.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm so impressed with this company. So, and you can tell them how it feels too in a second.
Yeah.
So I use what's called the EMEA device. It's the only machine on the market. Wait, let me stop and say this. It's the only machine on the market that makes sure that nothing can come back up into the device. So currently they hold the patent on it. It's the safest machine to make sure that nothing spreads from client to client. The needles are incredible. I mean, they literally have the best I've ever seen. So that's what we use here, is the EMEA device and EMEA cartridges and EMEA ink too. You want to tell them how it feels?
It feels like nothing, honestly. And this is basically what it does. So this is what creates the shading aspect of the brow.
Yeah, it's like a little bit pixelated. It just, you know, even though Priscilla has amazing brows, she's still got some areas like here in the front that she's a little bit sparse and in her tail. So we want to make it look like there's as dense a hair that she has throughout here at kind of everywhere so that she has good balance. And because she had such amazing retention, I probably won't go back into the center area and make it any darker. I'm just going to focus on the areas that we want to add a little bit.
Yeah, and honestly, it doesn't feel like anything. I actually feel this even less than you actually feel microblading.
Well,
Because
by
I
now
feel
you're
like-
super numb,
yeah.
and there's like hardly any trauma to this at all.
Yeah. Yeah, because the microblading, you don't feel pain. Like, you feel like something's being done, but it's not painful.
No,
All right, it's
actually,
officially over. My microblading is done. Kara's taking her after pictures.
Okay, you ready to see him? You kind of
Take,
already seen him.
I'm just seeing him here, but I want to see him in the mirror because I might flip it a little bit. I have to hold both.
I'll hold it for you.
I love it. Oh my god, that longer tail, I love that. It looks
Just a little bit.
good. Yes.
Just a touch.
They're perfect. So
Love it when a
excited.
client sings.
Oh yeah. Now we just have to go through the healing process, but we're in this together and we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen. Giving myself my own pep talk.
Oh, you're in it with Maddie. You
Yes, me and Maddie. So Maddie's next for her microblading. So we're gonna go through this. We got this. All right, guys. So Kara just put some ointment on. So the ointment phase has officially started. Next 5 days, continue to put ointment every day. So they're gonna look greasy and dark and crazy, but they will heal phenomenal. All right, guys. So I'm finally home and I'm gonna get ready to shower and go to bed. So what I'm gonna be doing to wash my face without getting my brows wet is I'm gonna be using this washcloth that was what Kara gave me for my appointment. And I'm gonna wet this washcloth and I'm gonna remove all my makeup around it before I get on the shower. So that way when I get on the shower, I'm basically just showering from the neck down. So I don't have any chances of getting my eyebrows wet, because chances are I'll get in the shower and like not forget about it or something and splash water on my face. So what I do is I just basically, I'm gonna wet this washcloth right here, right at the sink, and I'm gonna like take some of the water out just so it's like moist. And I honestly don't, this towel, Kara said that you don't even need moisturizer to kind of remove your makeup. Have all my makeup removed. I'm gonna go ahead and shower from the neck down, so that way I won't run any chances of getting my eyebrows wet. And then as far as my skincare, I'm gonna do my regular routine that I normally do. I'm just not gonna get anywhere close to my eyebrows. So Hey guys, so this is my day one update on my brows. So I just got them touched up yesterday. You can see they look super dark and super greasy because I've been applying ointment on them. So I applied the Aquaphor ointment because my skin is already oily. I only do it about once a day. If I feel they're getting dry, then I go ahead and apply another layer. But this is basically what they look like. I applied my makeup on, but I just made sure to be very careful and go around my eyebrows because you don't want to get any makeup on it. And one of the things that I am not allowed to do with my eyebrows after I get them done is I can't sweat and I can't get them wet for the next 5 days. So I totally had to boycott the gym today, which is killing me inside. But I had to boycott the gym for the next 5 days because we want to have amazing brows for a long time. And the reason why that is like we answered your guys' question is when I sweat, it pushes the pigment out, so it doesn't allow you to have such great retention. So this is basically it, just checking in to show you guys what my brows are looking like today. All right guys, checking in. This is day 3 of my microblading healing phase. So as you can see, they continue to be dark. I still have to continue to put ointment on. I managed to wash my hair, so my husband helped me. We were in the shower, kicked my head back, and he basically washed my hair for me. My hair just gets super oily and this Aquaphor doesn't help. So I managed to do it with tilting my head all the way back and then using the hose from the shower to just kind of rinse. I just did 1 lather of shampoo and some conditioner just to keep it quick and just get the oils out of my hair. But eyebrows are healing, I think, as they should, which I'm super happy about. I'm gonna go ahead and put some more ointment on right now and go do my makeup. Hey guys, checking in on day 4 of my microblading. So today I still continue to put some ointment on. They look super greasy, but that's okay. We are on the final stretch here. I get to wash my face on Wednesday, but I'm loving the results. They are dark, and as the days go by, you start to just get used to your super dark and greasy brows, but I'm sure once I wash them, they'll feel a lot better. They'll look and feel a lot better. So just checking in, hanging in there. I still can't go to the gym, which is killing me. I want to work out so bad, but hang in there. We're almost there. Wednesday, we get back to normal routines. So this is my last microblading update. So it has been close to 5 weeks since I got my eyebrows done, and I'm just about to put on makeup, but I just wanted to show you guys how my brows have healed after nearly 5 weeks. You can see that the strokes are there, but they still look super natural. Like I said, my hair is very dark, so my pigment is dark because it has to match the color of my hair. But I just wanted you guys to see that even though the pigment is dark because of my hair color, it does not look dramatic. It doesn't look like it's the first thing that you see when you look at me. It still looks very natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my makeup on and show you guys what they look like once I have makeup on, even though I don't apply anything on my brows anymore. Okay, so I have a full face of makeup on. And the reason why I wanted to show you guys my brows both with and without makeup is because I wanted you guys to see how natural they look regardless if I have makeup on or not. You know, I always see people with their brows and with makeup it looks amazing, but sometimes without makeup it's just a little too dramatic. And I always like to emphasize that natural is always best. Like I said, I don't have anything in my brows 99% of the time when I do my makeup now. I don't put anything in my brows. I don't need to unless if I'm gonna do a full glam dramatic makeup. That doesn't mean that if somebody's microblading you, you may not need to put anything. You might need to add a little powder here and there. However, you already have a guide to help you where exactly you need to apply the product. So it will make your life a lot easier. I absolutely love my microblading. I always wanted to get it done, but I didn't know what a significant change it would make in the time that I get ready. It's a lot quicker now. and I just barely do anything to them. So I highly recommend it. But my recommendation is to always look at the artist and choose your artist wisely. Make sure that you know that the person that is doing your makeup, that they use good quality products, that they their work is consistent, which is why, like, I've waited so long to have my microblading done, because I didn't want anybody else other than Kara, because I absolutely trust her. I was trained by her, and that's why I decided to wait this long to have them done, and I'm so glad that I did, because I absolutely love them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry it's a little long, but we wanted to make sure to get all those questions in there for you. If we left any questions out, just send us a message. We'll be more than happy to answer for you. Till next time, bye.